Good evening, everyone. I'm Michelle Dawn Mooney. Jeff has the night off, and we begin tonight in Cape May Courthouse, where the candidates for the 2nd Congressional District made their rounds throughout the 8 counties they serve. Charlie Gordon was on the scene and has more.
With less than a month to go, candidates for the 2nd Congressional District race were in Cape May County for a Meet the Candidates forum.
And it gives me a great opportunity to talk about what I stand for and how I've been fighting for South Jersey.
In my view, Congress is broken, and we're feeling the effects here in southern New Jersey.
Republican incumbent Frank Lobiondo raves of his experience in reaching across the aisle to get federal aid for various efforts.
I'm pretty proud of my record in South Jersey.
While Democratic challenger Bill Hughes Jr. called for a change and re-energizing southern New Jersey.
After 20 years, it's time for a change. It's time for us to go in a new direction.
Both candidates were given an opportunity to discuss their platforms and address concerns regarding the 2nd Congressional District, which included the commercial fishing industry, dredging the intercoastal waterway, beach replenishment, infrastructure, and health care.
Mr. Hughes and Mr. Lobiondo really spoke to the issues. They were on point about what their plans were to solve some of the problems if they were elected or re-elected to Congress.
But there was one major underlining concern.
Well, the overriding issue is jobs in the economy. And certainly with how South Jersey has been suffering, certainly with what has happened in Atlantic City with our casinos, this has to be the first priority.
The need for new vision and a new direction and new energy to help the economy and put people back to work in southern New Jersey.
I think the candidates did a wonderful job today in addressing the concerns of the 2nd Congressional District.
In Cape May Courthouse, Charlie Gordon, NBC 40 News.
2 Egg Harbor City teenagers were arrested after allegedly robbing a cab driver. Early this morning, police responded near the intersection of Hollybrook Drive and Hilltop Drive for a report of a robbery. A 28-year-old cab driver told police he dropped 2 women off in the area, and when he was waiting for payment, a 17-year-old juvenile passenger punched him in the face while the other passenger, 18-year-old Nia Wright, grabbed his money and then attempted to flee the scene. Now, the victim was able to apprehend the juvenile and kept her on scene until police arrived. Wright and the juvenile were taken into custody, and both are charged with robbery. Wright is being held in lieu of $50,000 cash bail. The juvenile is currently in Harborfield's Juvenile Detention Center. A 26-year-old Mullica Township man is recovering from serious injuries tonight after a fiery accident earlier today. It happened just after noon on the 3100 block of Richards Avenue in Mullica, where police arrived to find a vehicle engulfed in flames with one person trapped inside. Mullica Township Police and Atlanticare EMS, along with Nesco, Elwood, and Sweetwater Volunteer Fire Departments, were able to extricate the driver from the vehicle. He was taken to Atlanticare Regional Medical Center City Campus, where he's listed in critical condition tonight. A Dennisville man is now behind bars charged with the murder of his mother's husband. Police say 20-year-old Xavier Geisinger had an altercation with 41-year-old Damian Fashal just 20 minutes before Fashal was fatally shot Thursday night on the 300 block of Jefferson Street in Woodbine. Fashal was taken to the hospital but later succumbed to his injuries. Geisinger has been arrested and is charged with murder, aggravated assault, unlawful possession of a weapon, and possession of a weapon for unlawful purpose. He is currently lodged at the Cape May County Jail on $750,000 full cash bail. A New Jersey prosecutor has charged 7 juveniles from Sayreville, New Jersey with a litany of offenses, including aggravated sexual assault for their roles in hazing incidents regarding the football team. The rumored hazing and cancellation of the high school's football season has made national headlines this week. The Middlesex County prosecutor says 6 of the 7 juveniles are already in custody. They say the juveniles held the victims against their will as others sexually assaulted the victims. Just like here in the United States, overseas they are trying to slow down the spread of Ebola. Some people are even acting like human guinea pigs to help scientists who are working on a possible vaccine. Reporter Kelly Kobiela has more.
The Ebola virus is out of control. The World Health Organization warns that cases are doubling every 3 to 4 weeks. The first wave of U.S. soldiers is now on the ground in Liberia, setting up field hospitals.
This will give people, the healthcare workers, hope that if they go in and they contract this deadly virus, they can be treated here.
thousands of miles away at Oxford University in England, a safety trial for an Ebola vaccine that would normally take years has been shortened to weeks. The drug protected monkeys from the virus, and for the first time, it's being injected into humans. 60 volunteers.
I heard it all on the radio. It made me think, this is really sad what is going on out in West Africa. And what could I do?
Nick Owen got his dose 10 days ago.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling fine. Yeah, absolutely fine.
No side effects?
No side effects. I think there was a slight, like a 1 in a million chance of developing a neurological disorder, which didn't sound very nice, but thankfully I'm fine.
Owen works for Doctors Without Borders, the group on the front line of the outbreak, but he volunteered as a private citizen.
I've seen stories from West Africa every day, and it's a horrendous virus. It's ripping families apart.
The goal, like with the U.S. military mission, is to protect first responders so more doctors and nurses can safely care for the sick.
If we're not seeing thousands and thousands of deaths from one outbreak in the future, yeah, that would make me happy.
The vaccine can't cure this terrible disease, but it could slow it down.
Kelly Cobiella reporting there. Scientists are looking for side effects and for the levels of Ebola antibodies in volunteers. They should have the first results next month. They're very optimistic. If the vaccine is safe, they could have 20,000 shots ready to go by early next year. Coming up on NBC 40 next at 11, we will have new information on the recent data breach for Kmart customers. And a New Jersey man walks back into town after spending 6 months walking across the country.